Here with the Hall of Famer, Al Bernstein. Al, how do you see Pacquiao-Thurman playing out?
You know, if we had said that this fight was going to be held a couple of years ago, I think people would have thought that, you know, Keith Thurman was going to be too much for Manny Pacquiao, and it wasn't even a fight. Now, because Thurman has, you know, had his breaks from boxing for his injury and has not been a dominant force in coming back, and Pacquiao has performed well in fights like the Broner fight, we now see it as a more even proposition. If Keith Thurman fights the fight like he has been fighting in the last several, where he is purely a boxer, it gives Manny Pacquiao, I think, a chance in this fight because he's become he can be at his best a volume puncher who can come forward and win rounds with volume. But if Thurman is able to set down on his punches and stop and use his power a little bit, I mean, he should be, if you think about it, he should be the hardest puncher that Manny Pacquiao's ever faced, right? He's a true welterweight, a big, strong welterweight who had a lot of power and showed it in his career. So I think at some point, Keith Thurman's going to need to use that power against Pacquiao. So I think those are the two different kind of fights that could happen. Which one will? It's a good question.
What would you say Pacquiao's at now in this fight with Broner in comparison to when he was on top against Cotto and Hatton and those?
Well, he's a different fighter. He's 40 years old. So, you know, you'll see him sometimes get more off balance and sometimes not be able to throw the volume punches that he did before. So he's not quite that same fighter. But for a 40-year-old, based on that last performance, and really, he's only had like one really subpar performance, and that was down in Australia when he really didn't look good at all. But other than that, he hasn't had really, even in his late 30s, hasn't had a lot of bad performances. So you know, it's for a 40-year-old, he's pretty extraordinary.
Let's say the Pacquiao that fought Broner shows up and the Thurman that fought Sean Porter shows up. Who wins that fight? If those are the versions.
The Pacquiao that fought who?
Broner.
And the one that fought Porter. Well, against Porter, Thurman it's more the Thurman, that maybe fought in the last fight. If Pacquiao can be the same way he was against Broner, and Thurman doesn't engage him enough and just wants to box, Pacquiao has a chance to win.